is go. Good start then from Shushu. Good launch also from Grossation in on the outside. He gets a great drag and takes the lead down towards the first corner. Eaton is in amongst the pack, and here comes Panhauser up her inside. Side-by-side action as well here with Panhauser down the inside at turn 2 and through into third position, and Eaton is going to be set to potentially lose out to Ronnie Searock, who's going the long way around the outside. That is very brave indeed, and nearly a one-way ticket to the barrier there for Werner Panhauser in third place, but he somehow keeps it out. But a very frenetic start there sees Grossation in and Shushu getting away pretty comfortably.
Yeah, Grossation in not making that same mistake that he did yesterday from the outside of the grid, where of course he managed to put 2 cars in the barrier, so he managed to get the better drive, and Choo-Choo finding his favourite overtaking spot there, finding somehow a gap up the inside of Grossation in, and saying thank you very much, and has taken the race lead.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Shushu to the Hungarian, gets his elbows out early doors. Look at the side-by-side action we've got going on between Eaton and Panhauser then for P3. A little bit further back, going through the left-hander, you can see Shushu leading the way now with Grossation in, trying to put that pressure back on to the Hungarian driver, but you can see their contact at the first corner. Big drama as Panhauser and Eaton have quite clearly come together in one situation there or another. We didn't see exactly what happened on screen, but both of those drivers coming to blows at the first turn. That allows Ronnie Searock then to inherit third position, but big drama here at the start of lap 2.
Yeah, so those guys were really close on pace as they came through those couple of corners, so trying to make their way back up into the third position spot. Of course, you get more points the further up you finish, so everybody trying to fight for those extra points.
Yeah, of course, time points are very crucial here as well. The thing is with Shushu, he doesn't want to get himself involved in too much of a battle with Grossation in, because that will affect his time that he'll be setting in this race. He's already had to pass Grossation in, so will have in theory have lost a bit of time because of that. So therefore it shouldn't be anywhere near as quick as Kevin Hansen over the course of this qualifying session. But is doing pretty well at the moment to not have too much pressure and not get involved in too much of a squabble with the Frenchman. So his time won't actually be that bad over the course of this one, I don't think.
No, it shouldn't be too bad, but of course he does have Grossation in his mirrors, which is going to unsettle him that tiny bit. You know, Kevin Hansen was able to pull away from everybody else and not have to worry about it, whereas Grossation in is hanging onto the back of Choo-Choo, so Choo-Choo's going to be very wary of that, might have to drive a tiny bit defensive.
Yeah, absolutely right. Coming through the long right-hander, then through into the final corner to start another lap. You can see the top 2 there. You can see Abby Eaton, who is in third position. So perhaps it wasn't Eaton that was involved in strife at the first turn. Maybe it was Ronnie Searock. We didn't see exactly what happened, and from our commentary position, it's a little bit tricky to see exactly what happened there, but we did see Werner Panhauser facing the wrong way. The Austrian driver, 38 years old, he is 2016 Super 1600 champion as well, and a 4-time vice champion there. So he's got a lot of experience behind the wheel, but not perhaps in terms of rallycross, and especially not in these Panteras, so maybe just struggling to get to grips with it.
Yeah, of course, Super 1600 cars are front-wheel drive compared to these four-wheel drive machines, so it is a little bit of a learning curve to try and adapt to it.
Certainly is. Well, through the left-hander there, you can see Shushu there actually taking it pretty conservatively. Yesterday, he was elbows out, sliding it on the way in. There is Abby Eaton sliding it through, actually going a bit wide on entry into that corner. But we were talking to Eaton yesterday, actually, there, Dan, and well, her ascension through the field this weekend has been very impressive. It's been the best weekend for her so far that we've seen in Titans.
Yeah, she's really got her elbows out, hasn't she? She's actually catching on the two in front of her. The gap before this lap was 5.7, now it's gone down to 5.2. So if Abby didn't get caught up in those first couple of corner squabbles, I think we would have seen her fighting amongst the two guys up the front here. So it is very, very impressive by Abby Eaton.
Grossation In's really pushing on here, trying to catch Shushu. Is he going to think about a lunge perhaps down in towards the hairpin? He's a little bit too far away. He needs a really good run going through this left-hander, but you can see the commitment that Shushu is making going through there just allows him to hold the charge of the flying Frenchman. So Shushu, what a brilliant race it has been, took the lead in the early stages, comes around the final corner. Absolutely fantastic stuff on home turf here in Hungary. Shushu takes victory in race 2 of Q1 of round 10 of Titans RX. Jeroen Grossation in comes home in second, and Abby Eaton 4.3 seconds adrift down there in third place. Ronnie Searock will come home a distant 4th position, and then Werner Panhauser quite a way down the order. We saw some strife for him down at turn 1. He will be in 5th